A former Folsom police officer is suing the police department and city of Folsom. In a lawsuit filed in September, James Dorris says he experienced racism and harassment in the workplace throughout his nearly 17 years with the department.
Now, he was fired last year in January, and the city of Folsom is now explaining why. ABC 10's Becca Habegger is live in the studio with more information.
Chris and Laura, we have a 20-page lawsuit against the city of Folsom and its police department and a 29-page document the city sent us in response explaining why James Dorris was fired. My colleague Alex Meggie and I have looked into this over the past 3 days. We've also reached out to more than a dozen people and organizations trying to bring you more context. But in a sign of how controversial this is, many of the law enforcement experts I spoke with said they don't want to comment on this story. Some have ties to Folsom PD and because it's pending litigation. So here's what these documents have to say. Let's start with former Folsom Police Department officer James Dorris, pictured here in a 2015 post on the Folsom Police Department's Facebook page. According to his lawsuit, Dorris joined the department in the summer of 2005 before he was fired in January of 2022. Dorris appealed his firing, but it was upheld by an arbitrator. More details on that soon. In his lawsuit, Dorris says he experienced racially motivated harassment resulting in a hostile work environment and other unlawful conduct. The lawsuit says fellow officers put anti-Asian stickers on his work locker starting in 2007. The lawsuit says Dorris also endured racist comments and slurs throughout his time with the department and that he brought his problems to his supervisors on several occasions, but nothing changed. Dorris continued throughout his employment, believing he would have to tolerate it because it was the culture of the department, the lawsuit says, adding he feared that he would be segregated and retaliated against if he tried to raise any concerns. In the lawsuit, Dorris says he received a disproportionate amount of write-ups compared to his white peers. The lawsuit lists several alleged incidents where white officers were given little or no reprimand. So why was Dorris fired? The city of Folsom sent ABC 10 this document. It's a report by the arbitrator who heard Dorris's appeal of his firing. The report says this case has a tremendous amount of evidence to digest, given that there are approximately 13 allegations of misconduct arising from a volatile personal relationship between Dorris and someone in his personal life. According to the report, a private investigator hired by that person gave Folsom PD hundreds of pages of texts between them and Dorris. They included discriminatory comments Dorris made toward black people. Dorris does not dispute he made those statements and tries to dismiss them as crude jokes, the report says, citing an internal affairs investigation. The arbitrator writes, the damage to his effectiveness in the city has been done. While he had no intention of making these comments public, he was reckless to engage in these texting conversations with an outside party who ultimately made them public. The arbitrator upheld the city's decision to fire Dorris between that and two other heavily redacted incidents in the report. The city of Folsom also gave us a statement in which they called Dorris's lawsuit retaliatory and said, in part, the lawsuit was filed after misconduct was sustained and the termination upheld by an independent arbitrator. Regardless, the city of Folsom does not tolerate any form of discrimination or harassment and takes the allegations seriously. The claims of discrimination contained in Mr. Dorris's complaint are false and do not accurately reflect the character of the hardworking men and women in the Folsom Police Department.
My goodness, Becca, a lot happening in this story. If you want to read more of that lawsuit, we do have it on our website, abc10.com.